Okay, folks, welcome back to another fantastic edition of Opali Presents Know Your Pros. Today's guest, we have Kenya Moseley from Rincon Property Management. They manage residential properties throughout Ventura and broader Ventura County. And Kenya is the business development there at that company. Kenya, thank you so much for making time to be a guest here today.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course, boss. I mean, I ran into you at a local BNI chapter meeting here in Ventura. I know you're a resident of Santa Paula, and before we started shooting this show, you had told me a little bit about like your aspirations for becoming, an investor, expanding your real estate portfolio. You're a homeowner right now, but you work here for Rincon. And what was cool about our conversation that we had is that you had mentioned, hey, I'm a homeowner, but I also work for a company here at Rincon that emphasizes education about how to become that investor or that landlord if you're trying to be that. So tell me about like your story of how you got to where you are, how you became who you are at Rincon.
Yeah. So throughout my work history, I've had multiple sales jobs. Worked for a phone store, T-Mobile. I worked in bank sales for both consumer and business. After finishing both my degrees, undergraduate and graduate degrees, I ventured out to Amazon, who I was Northern California, relocated down here. I helped launch the huge 840,000 square foot building with Amazon here in Oxnard. So worked there for a while. This is more operational based, kind of had my passion really more in sales, but I really got a great leadership experience there. Eventually, about a year in, kind of to look to go back, I wanted to transition back to sales. And when I originally started that process, I found Rincon. Rincon actually found me, and they originally reached out, and at the time I had no idea about property management. The only thing I knew about property management was being a tenant, living in a property or working under that. So that's the only knowledge I had. Got to meet the owner. His name's Peter McKenzie, and the property manager Stephen Kinney. They brought me in, and before any commitment, they were very open, and that said a lot about their company. They were very open, brought me in, showed me the vision, showed me like the bigger picture and like where they're at and where I can come in and contribute to help them get to the goal. And been here for almost a year now, and it's been phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really interesting and cool journey. I mean, like it kind of reminds me of mine coming from Apple. I mean, you said T-Mobile, you said Amazon, and now we're here, both of us doing sales and marketing, which is great. But on the Recon side, you mentioned to me before we started that you guys are the only property management company in Ventura County that promotes education to clients on the process of how to become an investor or become a landlord. And I think that's kind of neat because what you've got there, Rincon, is a business that, obviously emphasizes that education, but it's definitely a different vibe, a different spiel from like any other property management company I've kind of come across. And that really lines up with who you are and what you offer to the people that you chat with. So tell me a little bit about that vision. Like, what the offering there is at Rincon.
Yeah. So we are a firm believer in education, and that's education across all boards, whether you're a tenant, whether you're an owner, or we have something here called accidental landlords. I didn't mention this to you, but accidental landlords, which is common in the area because the cost of living or the housing prices are so high. So most of our owners are something called accidental landlords. Unfortunately, a parent passes away, or they bought their first home and had amazing job offer to relocate. So the idea of property management came into the picture, but they don't know anything about it. So I almost consider them something as a brand new homeowner or investor, that this whole process is new. So education is big. So we are in the early stages of implementing a process on a series of emails, videos, small like short segments on information geared towards whether you're a tenant. And the goal is to have all our tenants, like we would love for everyone to be a homeowner. So eventually those tenants can see the process of working with us, whether how well we treat them, hear them out, and they want to become a homeowner or an investor and work with us in the future, or a current homeowner or accidental landlord, on explaining the process, because most people don't know about there's a lot when it comes to it, rental prices, laws and regulations, what the most return on investment you can put for upgrades in your home, the
Right.
tax benefits of it. There's so much that goes into it. So we love educating. Educating is the biggest thing that we promote on.
For sure. And I mean, like, it sounds too like you're a resourceful type of business. I mean, it's like I said, property management can sometimes get a bad rap because it's like, well, I'm just the intermediary between the landlord and the tenant. We're just making sure that, the lights remain on and the washers, still take quarters or something like that. But no, I mean, like, that's not what you guys are at all. It's a focus on education, providing these resources, not just to like owners or accidental landlords, but to tenants too, who are looking to become homeowners, who are looking to become then investors and have investment properties. I think that's really unique. And I mean, to be honest, if you Google this business of Rincon Property Management, you'll see the reviews to back it up, which is cool because we at Opalite, we love our reviews. We got to have that for the businesses that we talk to. So I think that's part of that last question that I always ask people, which is what is it that makes you guys unique, Kenya? But beyond just the resourcefulness of your business, maybe talk about you. Like, what is it that makes dealing with Kenya unique, or why should, I guess, I should say, why should somebody call Kenya before that next BDM and any other business around here in Ventura? What's your scoop?
Yeah. So first thing and foremost, I mean, everyone's been sold to, and I personally, I don't like pushy salesmen, so that's like not what I aim to be, but I like honesty and transparency. So from the moment that if you were going to work with me, the first thing that most people like to talk about in property management is fees. And I'm not saying some companies do post it, but it's pretty common for companies not to post their fees. They're more like, give me a call. We are one of the few companies to put all our fees out on the website. So if you have a chance, check it out, but you can see all our fees. And I will actually even give owners a full breakdown of everything that they would look for. I don't like to do any hidden fees because it goes a long way with that. But also, whether we have services that may benefit you or not, I will be honest with you. If somebody, we are only doing 12-month minimum leases, so it's considered long-term, but in this area, a lot of people like to do short-term. If you are looking to do short-term, I'll give you my honest opinion on it. And I do have resources that I connect people with, and hopefully it works out for them. But I also like to always leave a connection on a good basis, because I have had business come back to me if they ever do. So I
Right.
feel like just being honest and being yourself, instead of, in sales, commission's a big thing, but some people, if you do the right thing before you try to get your paycheck a little higher, it'll benefit you in the long run.
Right. I mean, transparency is so key, obviously, when you're dealing with somebody for the first time. Something we mentioned before we shot this was that it's really an evaluation of like whether that client is actually a fit for your business. I mean, that's something I try to think about all the time when I'm selling to people. It's not just that I'm trying to plug them in with a product that I know is going to make my business a little bit more money. It's about whether or not they're going to be a great long-term fit and whether we can service them properly and really deliver the process and the service that our clients expect. And that's the same thing I got from you, which is refreshing, man. So that's great.
Yeah, that goes a long way, because that, like you said, Opal Eye, great reviews, Rincon, great reviews, because it's about getting the right person with the right product, not trying
Right.
to make it happen.
Exactly. Well, Kenya, we're out of time, man. But tell our viewers before we wrap up here where they can find Rincon, how they can get in touch with you. What do you want to leave them with here?
Yeah. So if anybody's local in the Ventura County area, my information, my phone number, 805 area code 3405003. Definitely give me a call. please check out our website. Our website's full of information. All the information is really geared towards Ventura County specifically, or more broader California, especially like laws and regulations. But it's www.rinconmanagement.com. And then we also have Rincon Property Management on YouTube. We post a series of YouTube videos, and we have our whole content calendar. So there will be a lot more information, and we always keep it relevant, whether it's laws and regulations, market updates, or anything that's trending in rental property management. Check us out, please.
Gotcha. Well, folks, everything is going to be in the description of this video. So if you're looking for those Rincon resources, check that out. Click the links below. And in the meantime, be sure to call Kenya before you think about kind of getting into that rental world, whether you consider yourself somebody who's about to become a homeowner, or somebody who's about to become an investor, or is looking for that extra hand with their rental property. Kenya's the guy to call at Rincon Property Management. Kenya, thank you so much for being a guest today and Know Your Pros.
Thank you so much, Henry. It's a pleasure.
Know Your Pros.